Midjourney is becoming better and better every single day, but your ability to tell it what to do is becoming even more important. So in this video, I'll give you the questions you can ask yourself to create the best images possible, and also show you some cool words that you can use to create some really cool images out of it. First question, what is it? What is it exactly you're trying to make? It could be everything from a person, to an animal, to landscape, all that kind of stuff. You can also combine different subjects, like for instance a person and a cat together. Everything is allowed here. Not only do you have the subject, they can do stuff as well. What's going on in the image, how they look like, what are their poses, their face expressions, whatever. And as you can see, there is no end to how detailed you can be with this, so it's all coming down to practice too. Then we also have colors. You can type stuff like RGB and CMYK in order to get the necessary style from them. And speaking of styles, you can experiment with a lot of different times, a lot of different fashions, and even current cultures, like for instance anime or cyberpunk, or even AI art, the futuristic and so forth. You also have the material. What is it made of? I mean, it could be both from like paper, but it could be from wool, it could be from bronze, and it could be from carbon fiber, whatever. And now I will show you some questions that you as a photographer is particularly familiar with. First, you have the camera angle in itself. Are we talking a very close-up photo or a very wide photo? We also have the lens. Is it a wide lens, or is there many millimeters in that lens? We can talk aperture, we can talk shutter speed, we can talk camera model, we can talk ISO and all kind of stuff. Are we talking about 4K or even 8K image? And how about the color grading, etc.? If you don't have lighting, it's pretty much useless. So a factor to consider is, what kind of lighting do you want? Are we talking about sunrise, sunset, soft boxes like these? And now we're talking the really cool stuff. You can emulate artists and various professionals throughout the centuries. We can talk Da Vinci, we can talk Escher, we can talk Banksy, we can talk Rembrandt, Caravaggio, Picasso, Van Gogh, Magritte, Salvador Dali, Monet. You know, it's all endless from there. So if you like Picasso, for example, it's all about stealing from him too. But you're not only limited to artists, you can also replicate certain styles. Take for instance National Geographic. If you do their style on a particular animal, let's say this tiger right here, then you can see that it resembles a lot on what they're doing. Another example would be Unsplash, which was previously the most free place for, you know, having these images and so forth, but now you can generate them your own, so it's pretty much the game is over. So now that you have all these questions right here, of which the subject is the most important, then you can play around with those. Creativity works very well with constraints. Take for instance a piano. You only have 12 keys for each octave, but you can do so much music with it because you can actually start. You need to check out frequencies and so forth. And if you checked out the previous video, you know that things like size and quality and stylize and seed and chaos and so forth, you can incorporate them too. But if you want more abstract images, then you can use less words to see what you come up to. That's also fine. And here comes the cool words I say in the beginning, and I have to give credit to Matt Wolf. He's probably the most knowledgeable person ever when it comes to AI and AI tools and so forth. I really recommend you subscribe to him. So the words are cinematic, synthwave, duotone, 1990s point and click 16-bit adventure, whatever, 32-bit isometric, phantasmal iridescent, it's quite hard to pronounce at this point, diagramtic drawing, watercolor sketch, stained glass window, and in the style of Charlie Harper, of all people. But if this is the first video you see from me and don't really know what Midjourney is yet, I really recommend you to check this video right here, where I go more in depth what Midjourney is and what you can actually do with it. So I'll see you right there, but always remember that you're the most amazing human being alive.